And my father Lehi was a righteous man. As he prayed for the welfare of our people, he was given a vision concerning Jerusalem, that it should be destroyed, including the inhabitants thereof. And many should perish by the sword, and many should be carried away captive into Babylon. Then the Lord spake unto my father, even in a dream, and said unto him,
Blessed art thou, Lehi, because of the things which thou hast done, and because thou hast been faithful, and declared unto this people the things which I commanded thee. Behold, they seek to take away thy life. You must take your family and depart into the wilderness.
My father was obedient unto the word of the Lord, and we departed into the wilderness. We left our home, the land of our inheritance, and our gold, silver, and other precious things. We took nothing with it save us, our family, provisions, tents, and our faith in God.
Nephi, I have dreamed a dream, and the Lord has commanded me that you and your brothers shall return to Jerusalem. Laban has the records of the Jews and the genealogy of our forefathers. The Lord has commanded me that you and your brothers shall go into his house, obtain the plates, and bring them here. Now your brothers have murmured, saying this is a hard feat which I require of them. But I don't require of it. It is a commandment of the Lord. Therefore go, Nephi, and remember that you are favored, because you have not murmured.
I will go and do the things which the Lord hath commanded. For I know the Lord giveth no commandments unto the children of men, and safety shall prepare a way for them, that they may accomplish what he hath commanded them.
Nephi, you are truly blessed of the Lord.
And we did cast lots, which fell upon Laban to retrieve the plates. Laban refused Laman's request and threatened his life. Despite our sorrows, I was determined that we would retrieve the plates. I suggested we return to our home and gather together our treasures and precious things to buy the plates from Laban. But Laban did lust after our treasures, insomuch that he did thrust us out and sent his servants to slay us, that he might obtain our property. We fled for our lives and eventually found safety in the cavity of a rock.
Oh, that was too close. Are we safe? Will they know about this place?
It was by the Lord's mercy we were able to outrun them. He will keep us safe.
The Lord's mercy, Nephi. The Lord's mercy. They almost killed me. If this is the Lord's mission, where was he?
Our money, all our riches. Laban! He's taken everything.
Make a deal with David. I place. This was yours at the end.
Laban, stop this. It's not fair. We all agreed to this.
Not fair? Yes! The lot fell on me, and I was obedient. I was obedient to our father. But Laban cast me out and sent his men to kill me. Was that not fair?
The Lord commanded our father that we should retrieve the plates. I know the Lord has a way for us to accomplish it. I thought Laban would change his mind when he saw our money.
Well, you're wrong. Not only we have failed this mission, but we're also penniless, as your father has set us up to fail. And you help me. I will never forgive you.
Don't forget, Laban's men are still trying to kill us. Do you think we can ever go back to Jerusalem? He will never leave us alone.
Father had a vision.
A vision. A vision. Father is crazy. If he truly seen a vision, would you think it would include about the warning about Laban? If this was God's mission, where was he?
Laban, do not speak of our father that way.
You believe all his father's crazy visions. And where we are right now. Penniless, hunted, hiding in a rock. I will never forgive.
Laban, stop this.
Which side are you on? I'm the oldest brother, and I'm in charge. This is fair. For losing my place in this world. Stop it!
Stop! Why do ye smite your younger brother with a rod? Know ye not that he has been chosen to be a ruler over you, and this because of your iniquities? Behold, I shall go up unto Jerusalem again, and the Lord will deliver Laban into thy hand.
How is it possible that the Lord will deliver Laban unto our hands?
Laban is a mighty man. He can command 50. He can kill 50. Then why not us?
Let us go up again into Jerusalem, and let us be faithful in keeping the commandments of the Lord.
Although they were still angry, my brothers followed me until we came without the walls of Jerusalem. After they hid themselves, I crept into the city and went towards the house of Laban. I was led by the Spirit, not knowing beforehand the things which I should do. As I came near the house of Laban, I beheld the man. And he had fallen to the earth before me, drunken with wine. And when I found it was Laban, I lifted his sword and drew it from the sheath. The hilt was of pure gold, and the workmanship thereof was exceedingly fine, and the blade was of the most precious steel. As I held the sword, I was constrained by the Spirit.
Nephi, thou shalt kill Laban.
But I said in my heart, never at any time have I shed the blood of man. And I shrunk and would that I might not slay him.
Nephi, behold, the Lord hath delivered him into thy hand.
I knew that Laban had sought to take away my life. He would not hearken unto the commandments of the Lord, and he also had taken away our property. And a third time the voice came unto me, saying,
Nephi, slay him, for behold, the Lord hath delivered him into thy hands. The Lord slayeth the wicked to bring forth his righteous purposes. Behold, it is better that one man should perish, than an entire nation should perish and dwindle in unbelief.
When I had heard these words, I remembered the words of the Lord, which he spake unto me into the wilderness, saying that, in so much as thy seed shall keep my commandments, they shall prosper in the land of promise. I knew they could not keep the commandments without the law which was contained in these records. And thus I reasoned out in my mind the Lord's command to take this man's life.
Where are they? Where are my sons? They should have returned by now.
They are being obedient to the Lord's commandment to attain the place. I know the Lord will protect them. He promised me he would. I have faith in that promise.
But Lehi, I still worry. They have been gone for so long. What if they perish in the wilderness alone?
The Lord has not led us out all this way, just to abandon our sons. I know the Lord will bring it back here. I had a vision. And
Visions? Enough with the visions. You are a visionary man. My sons are no more.
had not known of his true goodness, we would have stayed in Jerusalem and perished with our brethren. I have seen a land of promise, and it causes me to rejoice. I know the Lord will deliver our sons out of the hands of Laban and bring him back here unto us.
Mother, father.
Sam? Now I know that the Lord commanded us to flee into the wilderness, and I know the Lord has protected my son.
The Lord has blessed us, and we were able to fulfill our mission to obtain the plates. Father, the plates of brass, and Laban's sword.
How did you obtain the sword of Laban?
The Lord delivered him into our hands. The Lord commanded me to slay him. The Spirit told me that it was better that one man perish than our nation dwindle in unbelief.
The Lord has truly delivered you out of the hands of Laban and gave you power, whereby you accomplish the thing the Lord has commanded you.
Come, let us give thanks for how merciful the Lord hath been unto us.